No. Oh, there we go. Hello, it's Trina from Spirit Based Therapies here to talk to you about the lovely Archangel Michael again. And we are continuing with this topic of messages from Spirit. Archangel Michael, of course, presents purple coloured light, hence you can see me decked out in a fair amount of purple today. Okay, I wanted to begin by saying last week I had a couple of reports back from people who did the meditation that was for the topic of messages with spirit. And one lovely report I got back from one of my clients was that she found that after doing that meditation, some of the questions that she's constantly throwing out into the universe, such as, things around, am I good enough? Am I doing the right thing? Is my purpose right? And all those kinds of, general questions that are kind of bubbling around in her heart and her mind. She found that during the activities of her life, especially in the realm of her job, that people just started coming up to her and telling her how much they appreciated her, how good she was at what she was doing, how useful and essential it was for them. And so what I wanted to illustrate to you by giving that example, hi Janice, is to say that when you are putting out there a questions for spirit and you are wanting some sort of answer from them, you're wanting some sort of message from spirit, try and remember that it doesn't always come directly, through Archangel Michael going, Janice, I have a message for you, and then giving you that message. It can come in many different forms. It might come from your friends and family around you. So that's what I wanted to say about that. The other thing that I want to talk to you today about is preparing your body for receiving messages from spirit. This is the topic that Archangel Michael wanted me to talk with you about today. I'm just finding my way to some notes that I made about that. So we're going to talk about the psyche just for a moment to help illustrate what it is that Archangel Michael would like to communicate to us. Let's just go back to basics for a second though, and just remember that there is spirit and there is matter or earth, and spirit and matter come together, and out of that joining of spirit and matter emerges you as a human being, you as a individual, you with an individual consciousness, an individual identity as a person that is separate yet connected to the rest of the world. Okay, now as this individual person who is made through the union of spirit and earth, you have a psyche. And I'm just going to pop up this picture first. This picture here, it's so hard to do this on a video and make sure that the picture's getting into the shot properly. Move it that way. That's it, Trina. So this is the whole of who and what you are. You have a spirit self, a soul self and a human self. Okay, some people call the human self the ego. It doesn't really matter what terminology you use. What I'm saying to you, and see this little crossover here, so here is the totality of what you know yourself to be as a soul self, here is the totality of what you know yourself to be as a human self, and there's a crossover here. The truth is that these aren't separate, that you are this whole self. But see this line I've got through here to indicate that there is often a fracture. There is, not often, Archangel Michael is saying there is always in the human experience at the moment, a fracture that exists between your knowing of self as a human and your knowing of self as a soul. And part of the journey of this human experience is to bridge that gap, is to merge your human knowing of self and your soul knowings of self together more. And one way that that happens is in the human psyche. Another picture. Yes, I have another picture. So the human psyche is made mainly of 7 different levels, 7 different levels, 7 different territories, 7 different realms through which you get to experience yourself as a human person in this body. Okay, we're going to start with the lighter realms of the psyche. Okay, that is the spirit, soul, and astral realms. They are relatively more light, and then these other realms down here are relatively more dense. I have listed them here from lightest down to densest. Okay, now the spirit realm of self, that spirit realm of self, it pertains to truth. Okay, to what is. And I often illustrate that to my clients by saying that, for instance, I have this cup, and this cup means many things to me, and I have beliefs attached to this cup. It was given to me by a treasured client of mine as an expression of gratitude, and that means a lot to me. It's my favorite cup because of the color. It's my favorite cup because it holds a lot of tea in it and I don't have to make lots of cups of teas and all these different things that I can attribute to this cup. But at the end of the day, what it is in truth is a ceramic cup. And that's what I'm talking about, the level of the psyche that is truth. That's what I'm talking about. It just is what it is. The soul level of the psyche is related to the place and the space and the realm inside of us where we attribute belief and meaning. The astral level of the psyche is the place and space inside of us where we create stories, where we create theories, where we put together some of our experiences from this more human level of self and some of the experiences from this more spirit level of self that we are having inside of our body, where we put them together in the astral realm and create theories, greater ideas, stories, concepts, okay? And often philosophical thoughts and bodies of belief such as religions often sit in this level. Okay, so these 3 levels up here are more related to that soul self that I was talking about in the first picture. These other levels, denser levels, are more related to your human level of self. Your mental realm of self is your thoughts. Your emotional realm of self is your reactions. Your psychological realm of self is your behaviors. Your physical level of self is the material level of self, obviously. Why am I going to so much trouble to explain to you the psyche? The reason is that Archangel Michael is saying that there are fractures that exist in the human psyche, okay? There are fractures that exist there. There is a gap, a distance between what you know yourself to be as a soul self and what you know and experience yourself to be as a human self. They can sit quite far apart and they can go in and out of connection and relationship with each other. And that Archangel Michael wants us to know that that is a normal and necessary part of spiritual growth, of the spiritual growth opportunity that you have here as a human being. So he's not saying there's some sort of bad fracture that you need to go and heal. That's not the point. He's just saying it does exist. And he was then saying, let me tell you how your soul self sees you, how your soul self knows you to be. Your soul self knows you to be love. Your soul self knows you to be beauty and all these amazing, incredible qualities that you have. Your soul self sees you, knows you through the eyes of love, without blame, without criticism. And your soul self also knows that every experience you have as a human being is an opportunity for growth. Your soul self sees you through the heart of love. And so Your soul self, the more you are merging it into your human self, the more that it can start to bring more cohesion to those levels of your psyche, okay? Because the physical self, the psychological self, the emotional, the mental, the astral self could all be running off in different directions, really kind of pulling and creating even more fracturing inside of you. Your soul self can help bring a level of unity and wholeness. And when you really dedicate yourself, Archangel Michael was saying, to healing wounds and fractures that exist inside of your psyche, that all of us have, when you really dedicate yourself to this, then you are able to receive much more full-bodied messages from spirit, okay? And then he was saying, however, in the meantime, just know that these signs, these so-called simple little signs that we get across to you, such as a feather in your way, or what were some of the things people were seeing, different animals, birds, number plates, 1111, 2222, all these different signs that you get. Just really know that they are gifts from our heart to your heart, and really drink them in and allow them to help keep bridging that gap between your knowing of self as a soul and your human knowing of self. Because the more that you start to come into this wholeness of a knowing of self, and there be less distance between your soul and human knowing of self, the easier it is for you to be able to get messages from spirit. There are two major ways in which getting messages from spirit really gets in the way for us. One of them is our vibration not being raised enough, okay? Our vibration not being high enough that we're more connected into this soul level of self. And Archangel Michael is an excellent tool for that. I'll just pop that up to the screen here. This is my Archangel Michael healing spray. If you need more assistance with raising your vibration generally day to day, and feeling more at ease and feeling more joyful in being you in the world, then I definitely suggest that you grab some of that for support. The other thing that I want you to know is this astral realm here, where we create all these theories and stories, where we take experiences that we're having spiritually and experiences that we're having humanly and put them together and create theories, okay? That can become really clogged, that astral level of self. And my spirit healing team is going, yes! It becomes really clogged, and then it becomes quite hard to get messages from spirit as well, to get that to connect to your inner truth circuits and just have that inner sense of knowing when you are really on the right track of creating more union between your human and soul levels of self. If that is a difficult part for you, then clearing and protection is your friend. You can get information about clearing and protection on my website by signing up to my free resources page. I also have this clearing and protection spray that you can use throughout the day to help you to just keep cleaning and clearing old stories out of the way and supporting you to create more union between your soul and spirit levels of self. Okay, enough talky from Trina. I hope I haven't talked you too much so that you're like, enough. Okay, let's do a meditation. What we are going to do in this meditation is we're going to help prepare. Archangel Michael is going to come in and he's going to help prepare your body for messages. What he means by that is he's going to help to create more union between your soul self and your human self, okay? So that you can start to experience yourself as more whole. All right, whatever place and space you need to get yourself in order to be able to listen to my words for this meditation today, do so now, and I will start speaking. Archangel Michael presents as a purple ray of light. Archangel Michael is merging into your body. Archangel Michael is standing inside of your heart. You might be able to see that as an image, or you might be able to sense that as a knowing because you're more claircognizant than clairvoyant. Archangel Michael presents as a purple light, and he is standing inside of your heart. Archangel Michael is radiating his purple light in every single direction in and through your heart to completely fill your heart space with purple light. This purple light that Archangel Michael is spreading in all directions in and through your heart, it is gently, kindly and lovingly, yet very effectively raising your internal vibration. It is very gently taking the vibration in your heart, and it is raising that vibration in your heart. And as Archangel Michael sends his purple light in every single direction through your heart, raising your vibration, he is cleaning and clearing thoughts, emotions, patterns of behavior, physical exhaustion that is in the way of your vibration raising. Archangel Michael is standing in the middle of your heart, and Archangel Michael is radiating his spirit light in every single direction through your heart. Archangel Michael is changing the vibration in your heart space. Archangel Michael is changing the vibration in your heart space. He is cleaning out emotional turbulence. He is cleaning out thought-based turbulence. He is cleaning out psychological turbulence. He is cleaning out biochemical turbulence. Archangel Michael is lifting your vibration in your heart. He is lifting your vibration in your heart, supporting you to bridge the gap, and create just that little bit more union today between who and what you know yourself to be as a human, between who and what you experience yourself to be as a human, and to who and what you are as a soul and as a spirit. Archangel Michael is radiating his purple light in and through your heart. There is a choir of angels that are forming a circle inside of your heart, and they are singing to you. They are singing their high vibrational light in and through your heart, and they are even further raising the vibration, lifting the vibration in your heart, lifting your vibration in your heart. This choir of angels is singing to you in your heart, lifting your vibration, helping you to effortlessly and easefully create more integration between your human levels of self and your spirit and soul levels of self. This choir of angels singing to your heart, calling forth your soul self, calling forth your soul self, so that your soul self is now sitting in your heart in a cross-legged position, and your soul self is facing your human self, your more human levels of self that are sitting in a cross-legged position inside of your heart, and they're facing each other. And as this beautiful choir of angels sing their high vibrational light into your heart, and as Archangel Michael fills your heart with purple light, your soul self and your human self sitting cross-legged in front of each other, facing each other, they're merging together now. They're moving towards each other, and they're merging into each other, and they are becoming one. Your whole self, your whole integrated self is emerging now. It is emerging in your heart. Your soul self and your human self are integrated together, and your whole self is emerging in your heart, and you are getting a taste of that now. A taste of that now inside of your heart. And as this merger is occurring, there are messages from spirit. You don't have to try and understand them. Don't allow your logical mind to try and decipher or understand what's happening. Just stay with the energy for the moment. Messages from spirit are dropping into your heart, and they are being diffused into your psyche, into the physical levels of your psyche, the psychological levels of your psyche, the emotional levels of your psyche, the physical levels, the astral, soul and spirit levels. Messages from spirit are dropping in and through your body. They will become apparent to you sometime later. Maybe 20 minutes time, maybe 3 days time, maybe 2 years time, but they will become apparent to you when the time is right. And this brings our meditation with Archangel Michael to a close for the moment. Take a few deep breaths as you transition from that space, that meditation space with Archangel Michael and the angel choir, back to your everyday state of awareness. Just take a few breaths to just gently support yourself with that transition. How did you go? How was that? I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to get some feedback from you about your experience there with that meditation from Archangel Michael. And let me know what messages, if any, that you receive over the next week. Also, signs as well. Tell me what signs you get this week. You know, is it a feather? Let me know. Everybody loves to hear it. It's really helpful for all of us. All right. Thanks everyone. Bye for now.